Good afternoon, everybody. Peace be with you. This is Brother Sanford Pass, also known as Abu Mujahid by my Muslim brothers and sisters who gave me this nickname. It means father of warrior of truth. Warrior not necessarily with a sword, perhaps with a pen or a word. So this is your long-awaited chapter installment video number 17. Welcome to our new digs on YouTube channel, Journey to the Truth. Okay, the entire book is in the process of being loaded over to YouTube. Please bear with us while we're under construction, and the road of progress is always under construction, so we'll bear with us. Please bear with us, and we'll bear with you. Okay, this is chapter 9, but it's video 17. Okay, I'm looking over here, but the camera's over here. Okay, I'm looking at the red dot, but you're looking at, you're over here at this little black dot over here. Okay, video 17, chapter 9, in capital letters with an exclamation point after it. Not yet. My recollection of events on a timeline are fuzzy about this part of my life. Perhaps a journal would have been a good idea. As I write this account, I marvel at Allah for his amazing creation of the human brain and its capacity to remember certain events in great detail. The ones that come into focus most clearly and in most detail are the ones that I believe are the ones that are the major steps on my way to him. And that is why I believe he brings them into such clarity and remembrance now, to show me in his infinite presence, love and mercy and patience and compassion was with me in my life every step of the way. It was the summer of 1972. I had left the farm and was still hitchhiking around the country, soaking up the natural beauty, visiting old friends to compare life notes. I was living in a borrowed tent on a few acres full of blooming Queen Anne's lace, next to a fenced field where the neighbors' cows grazed, where moos were my alarm clock, behind a rented cottage where a guy lived who was chewing his rice over 100 times and trying to live the macrobiotic lifestyle to be healthy. I had a part-time job washing dishes and doing some general cleanup at a local Chinese restaurant in nearby Athens, Ohio, a few miles down the road, in return for meals. I had no need for money at the time, and I was laboring under the misconception the famous quote was, "Money is the root of all evil," when in fact, as I found out shortly after, that the entire quote is, "The love of money is the root of all evil." Huge difference. Huge difference. So I could have money and not participate in evil after all. Nice to know. Remember, I had just emerged from the 60s. The day was crystal clear, not a cloud in the sky, and I was hitchhiking on the Ohio Turnpike. A guy in a dirty white Plymouth Valiant pulled over and let me get in his car. I threw my simple cloth sack in the back seat. The contents of the bag was an Aquarian Gospel by Levi, a bag of rice, a wooden flute, and a few tank tops and t-shirts. I got in the front, and off we went. I tried to make some conversation, but the guy was stony silent, weird. After about 100 miles of this uncomfortable silence, I had a premonition, and I told the guy I wanted to get out. He pulled over. It was all level straightaway with good pavement and good shoulders. I thanked the guy, got out of the front seat, stepped to the right rear of the car to open the door to get my bag. When I put my hand into the finger wraparound handle with the push button for the thumb, in the old Plymouth Valiant, it's a handle. You got to grab the handle and push the button with your thumb. In the old days, it was a car handle. And I opened the door and to get my bag. Before I could get hold of the bag, the guy looked over his shoulder, looked at me, looked forward, and stepped on the gas hard. My legs immediately went out from under me, and I was flapping against the right side of his car. My hand was stuck in the handle by the rapid and deliberate acceleration, and I thought for sure, forgive me, I thought for sure I was going to die that day. He knew what he was doing, must have thought there was something valuable in that sack, and he wanted it, not caring what happened to me in order to get it. By the grace of Allah, my hand got out of that door handle, and I was in a free fall, in a trajectory headed for the pavement, doing about 70 miles an hour, which is the last speed I could see over his bench seat before my hand got free. It was such a bright and sunny day. The sky was extra blue, as I recall, and then everything in my immediate environment shifted into slow motion. I felt and saw a cocoon of light spin around me, and as if my head was between two gigantic speakers at a rock concert, I heard the words, as if pronounced by the Mormon Tabernacle Choir or some such angelic group, maybe angels themselves, say in perfect harmony, "Not yet." Or maybe it was me. Maybe it was my soul. I didn't want to die. I don't know. But the words "not yet" came, and that didn't feel like it was from me. I vividly remember feeling absolutely no fear of death as my body arched towards the roadway and marveled at how the surface of the highway began to look like diamonds,